Hey guys, my name's Honor. I'm the director of Kitewood Productions, and I'm starting this YouTube channel here to document basically my filmmaking journey, the gear I get, some cool conversations hopefully down the line. I was trying to make this video longer, but I think I'm going to try keeping these short and sweet, 5 to 10 minutes at most, and just talk a little bit about the process. This one will be specifically about my kit, and then some new Sirui anamorphic lenses that I wanted to try out. I drove out from DC to Ocean City and along the coast of Delaware, so I'll just document the course of that, some exposure testing with these lenses, followed by some various shots I wanted to build my website. So I'm just going to hop in and talk about my kit now. As you can see here, what I've actually got is my first camera, the Sony ZV-E10 Mark I. It's an APS-C camera, which is kind of in the middle between a Micro Four Thirds and a full frame, best of both worlds kind of situation. And basically, I've got a cage on there, obviously. So this one's from, I believe, Left Photo. It's got a nice wooden handle that I was a big fan of. And because I'm going to be pulling focus myself, some of these run and gun sort of situations, more settled run and gun situations, I'm going to be having that follow focus on the left-hand side. So what I do have on the top is a top handle from Sirui. Just a very simple, RE mount, that kind of thing. And then as you keep going up top, you see here on the cold mount is a 7-inch Ninja Inferno monitor. So this one was a pretty intentional decision. A lot of people love 5-inch because it's lightweight, but I wanted some more real estate, especially because I'd be shooting anamorphic. So this is just something that made a little bit more sense to me, especially if I'm going to be pulling focus myself, that kind of thing. I'm going to be doing a lot of this myself with this rig, so it's just designed with me in mind. Obviously, if I do get, an automated follow focus, someone else pulling on set or that kind of thing, that'll all change up. But for now, this is something that was really convenient for me, looking at color temperature and all that good stuff as well. So just something that I really love. And then as we work our way down here, we can see on the back that we actually have the battery plate. I actually made the change from NPF down. It was like an NPF 970, but still, they were NPFs to a V mount like 2 days before, just because I obviously was not getting the battery life that I wanted. And that's my cat telling me to wrap it up. So I want to talk about the lenses really quickly. I just want to say here that if you guys do want to see more about my gear, here is some video of my matte box. So that's pretty cool, some sliding trays and things like that. There's more detail I can go into actually about the base plate. There's multiple pieces and a lot of thinking that went into that, as well as the batteries and all that. So let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more. So going on to the actual lenses, here you can see the actual Sirui 24mm. Nice lens. It's a little on the heavy side, but for a run and gun handheld, but it's fine. The difficult thing here is that I'm pulling focus manually, so if I'm moving at all, that can be very tough. But works fine. Anamorphic, as you can see in the front here, square opening, and you can already see that bluish sheen on the front, which is going to give you those blue lens flares. I'm not personally a big fan of them, hence the matte box, but a lot of people tend to like them. And yeah, this goes down to, I believe, f2.8, and yeah. Along with that, I'll give you guys a look at the 50mm. And that goes down to f1.4. Other than that, pretty standard, also anamorphic. And this is the 75, also f1.4. So this video specifically is about testing out the 24mm lens because I needed some landscape videos that were wide for my website. But I can go in more into depth and show you guys some other shots from different lenses in future videos as well. Let me know if you'd like to see that. And lastly here, this is the kit lens. It's a zoom. It has OSS. It has not IBIS. It's like a primitive version of IBIS, optical steady shot. That's like a proprietary Sony thing. That's pretty much it for the rig, and we'll jump in now to my actual just documenting the journey where I drove and show you some of these shots before and after. And I think in a subsequent video, I'll talk a little bit more about the DaVinci Resolve. I'm still obviously teaching myself, YouTube University kind of thing. But it's been going great so far. I'm very grateful and feeling very lucky that I've had the time to be able to do this year. It's been very rewarding. So, sit back and hopefully you guys enjoy. Hey Hey guys, currently driving to Ocean City, mostly. I might stop by Delaware a little bit, see what I can find. It's been really cool. I was hoping to wake up a little closer to 5 this morning, but got a very late night yesterday. Getting some lodgings and accommodations for the week, plus being able to wrap my camera, prepping the food, all that good stuff. So went to bed at like probably 12:30, 1, more like. So woke up at 7 and the traffic has not been too bad. Very excited about that. So I'm gonna be stopping by Rehoboth, potentially Ocean City, look for a few locations and just see how it goes. So I'm very excited because I'm actually taking some back roads here and seeing some really cool locations that might be nice for a short film I have in mind. So cool bridges, some abandoned buildings, abandoned vehicles, that kind of thing. So I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully you'll cut to me soon pulling up to Ocean City. Hey, so interesting turn. I actually stopped by Savage Beach, which is in the little bay. I'll remember the name of it. Put it right here. So I stopped by the bay. That was actually really interesting. So I had to prepare some platforms like for my tripod that I'm going to throw in the sand later today. But this is good because I actually just changed to V-mounts like I was saying earlier. And so after about an hour 15 of shooting rolling camera, I was able to have about like 30% left on one battery. I have 2, so that's good to know like what my capabilities are. That was one thing I was a bit worried about, and I'm glad I switched from the NPFs because I would not have made it at all today. So that's good. And then yeah, very interesting because wow, there's some very green grass out here. I don't know if you can see it. It's like green and yellow. Anyway, so yeah, that was very interesting because also I was able to test out my lens. Looks great. At least on the monitor. We'll see if it's all in focus, hopefully, and everything. I've got some questions about exposure because I'm shooting on S-Log on an 8-bit. We'll see what happens when I get back to process this footage. But yeah, this is actually a really good stop. I was able to check out the camera's capabilities and actually I'm charging the battery as I drive too, which is perfect. So since these actually directly accept USB-C. So very happy with that, and I'll keep you all posted. Here's some footage of Savage Beach, and let me know what you think. I just realized I wasn't recording. Sorry, I had to pull off the highway to get my exit. So as I was saying, yeah, wrapped the camera last night. You know, obviously a little bit later than I'd like, but it's fine. Actually, it worked out because it seems like it's going to be raining. The rain was supposed to be at like 2 or 3 a.m. out at Ocean City, and it picked up to like 3-4 hours of rain. So it's going to stop by 2, which is when I'll get there. I'm actually going to drive through Delaware first and just scope out some locations. But yeah, so wrapped that camera. The bottom I was a little concerned about with my adapter to the tripod, but the plate is a clamp. Should be good there. The other thing is actually, I'm very excited about this. I put a lot of effort, at least thought so far. Physical effort will come later. I put a lot of thought into how I'm gonna anchor this tripod. So basically what I did was I got a little like bagged platform that hangs between the 3 legs. And then I'm just gonna weigh it down with sandbags, and that should be adequate. So I think the bigger concern is actually the weight capacity of this tripod, not the wind itself, which is what I'm hoping. The only thing that also makes me a little concerned is one, there's a tight wrap around the body of the camera, and I mean, I'm not very attached to this one, but the sensor of the camera is protected. The E-mount is protected. The E-mount itself of the lens is protected, so I want to keep that really clean. Lens to camera, that is, camera body. The primary body of the lens is not as protected, but the sensor and the intake of air and all that stuff, all that is protected pretty nicely. I had to layer it such that, you know, a lot of the joinings or a lot of the mounts and fixtures were protected, but I could still feel through and sort of visually see my buttons. And then what I basically was thinking of, and what I should really buy, is I have another loose overwrap on top of this thing, It's going to be a little difficult though, especially like what I'm concerned about is the monitor on top. So like I said, I had the Ninja Inferno. That is a lot of air intake. So if it's windy and it's pulling air and, you know, say this overwrap pulls out, it's a loose wrap. So if it blows over, then I'm kind of screwed on this monitor. So I'm going to have to take a quick look at this and probably tape down the back or something. But aside from that, it was really awesome because I was actually also able to, there's a lot to scout out. This time I was just, you know, trying out the 24mm, but I already found a shot that I could have used the 50 on. I unfortunately didn't bring it with me, or the 70. Yeah, very nice stranger told me about, met his dog Snoot, very cute. Shout out to that gentleman. So apparently there's an osprey observation platform out in the swamp, which is like a mile up, and I'm really loving like to see Delaware's their ecosystem is really cool, and I just love driving around the neck because, you know, it's all mountainous by Baltimore, Annapolis, and then as soon as you like make that turn onto the little peninsula, it's flat land as far as you can see. It's beautiful. So I might just, you know, make my way from Savage Beach down maybe next week or the week after and just, you know, place by place by place and just see what I can find, because this place is gorgeous. I'm also really enjoying being away from everything and being able to just shoot and focus on that. I think that was sort of what the gut I had, the instinct I had was telling me to do, because of course you can shoot anywhere, but that wasn't really what I wanted. So this has been really awesome. Literally right there. Please come out. That's crazy. There's right there. They're swimming away. It's right there. Oh my God. Morning guys, it's 5:03 a.m. right now. Just woke up, got ready, had a little snack. I'm gonna go ahead and try to shoot the sunrise today. I'm gonna need some practice getting used to the ND filter, as well as the lens and the camera body system itself. So it'll be good practice, which is exactly what this is for. So yesterday I was actually filming on, there's a cape at the end of Delaware where it turns from, I think it's Delaware Bay, into the ocean. State park right there, Cape Henlopen. Oh my God, it was like I was inside of a sandblaster. There was so much wind. So there was a really cool shot. I actually got it on my phone. I ran out to my car to get the camera. It didn't work out because the clouds were just the right way where they're diffusing the sunlight, and you got these like individual shafts of light like poking through, and then it was beautiful. You had the cape with the lighthouse, and then like just these little tidal pools on the right side catching all of this light. It was gorgeous. unfortunately I couldn't catch it when I brought back my camera, but hoping for that little bit of inspiration today as well, and we'll see how it goes. So just let me know what y'all think of this little exercise, and if you have any advice or tips. Cheers. Is that a fighter jet? Bro, what? There's literally gonna be a fighter jet in my shop, bro. That's insane.